Congratulations on the purchase of your full-size pickup. The heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet. Side 1 of this audio cassette offers information on the operation of your standard equipment and helpful tips for both new or prior pickup truck owners.
Side 2 of this tape offers additional tips on the operation of the special options you may have purchased, four-wheel drive applications, as well as helpful trailering information for your Chevy truck. In order to gain maximum benefit from this tape, we suggest that you listen to it in your new vehicle.
To help you enhance the future performance and economy of your Chevy pickup, let's go over a few tips to follow during a break-in period. First, we recommend that you limit your speed during the first 500 miles to a maximum of 55 miles per hour. In addition, be sure to vary your speed during this break-in period. Varying your speed allows many of the engine components to seat correctly for future performance.
Second, you should avoid full throttle starts and, whenever possible, hard stops, especially during the first 200 miles of driving. Your vehicle is equipped with rear-wheel anti-lock brakes as standard equipment, which operate only in the two-wheel drive mode on four-wheel drive models. There is also a unique front disc brake wear indicator alert system. As a special note, when you hear a high-pitched squealing or cricket-like warning sound like this, the front brake pads are worn and should be replaced. Continual driving could damage the brake system.
When you turn the ignition to the start position, all your warning and telltale lights will briefly illuminate. This is simply a bulb and system check. After a few seconds, all the lights will go out. If a light remains illuminated, it could mean a system malfunction. We'll talk about some of these lights later in this tape.
The telltale lights and gauges keep you in touch with the performance of your new pickup truck. 4 gauges you should pay particular attention to are the fuel, oil, battery, and coolant temperature gauges. If you have a diesel engine, be sure to listen to side 2 of this tape for information regarding its operation. The fuel gauge registers the approximate fuel level in the tank. The fuel tank capacity on gasoline models is approximately 34 gallons, or approximately 26 gallons on short wheel-based models. With a diesel engine, the fuel tank is slightly larger than 34 gallons. Section 6 of the owner's manual offers additional information on fuel, oil, and fluid capacities. If you have a vehicle with a gasoline engine, you should use regular grade unleaded fuel. If you have a diesel engine, your vehicle is designed to use either number 1D or 2D diesel fuel. Use 2D fuel whenever possible. During colder temperatures, less than 20 degrees Fahrenheit, be sure to use 1D fuel or a winterized 2D fuel.
Your gauge package has a check gauges telltale light, working in tandem with the temperature and oil pressure gauges. If this light illuminates while driving, check either your coolant or oil pressure gauge to see if the readings are in the normal operating range. The check gauges light monitors the temperature of your engine cooling system. If the engine coolant temperature gauge shows a continuous reading beyond the normal range, or the check gauge's telltale light illuminates while driving, you should stop your truck when it is safely possible to avoid damaging the engine. Remember that different driving and weather conditions affect the operating temperature of the cooling system. Minor fluctuations are typical. If an overheating condition is indicated, refer to Section 3 in the owner's manual.
The voltmeter shows the battery voltage or the electrical output of the alternator. Remember that the operation of various electrical equipment or stop-and-go driving will cause minor fluctuations in the reading. Your voltmeter reading should be to the right of the 12-volt indicator line with a minimum of electrical equipment on. As you turn on additional electrical equipment, the reading may read to the left of the normal position. The variations in these readings are perfectly normal. A malfunction in the electrical system may be indicated by the battery symbol, charging system telltale light illuminating. If the reading of the voltmeter gauge is consistently too high or low, see your Chevrolet service department for an analysis of the system.
The oil pressure gauge registers the force at which oil is delivered to various parts of the engine. The reading of this gauge is influenced by the outside temperature and the weight of the oil used. 30 to 40 psi are normal during moderate road speeds of 35 to 40 miles per hour, with the engine at the proper operating temperature. Readings that are abnormally high or low may indicate an engine lubrication malfunction. Low oil pressure may be indicated by a check gauge's telltale illuminating. For more information regarding these 4 important gauges, see Section 2C of the owner's manual.
The trip odometer records your mileage for either record keeping or monitoring fuel economy. Pressing the trip odometer reset button at the lower right of the speedometer display initiates a new mileage measurement period.
There are several indicator and warning lights in your dash display. When you start your truck, the safety belt reminder light will come on for 4 to 8 seconds. Be sure to buckle up. The Service Engine Soon light monitors the computer command control of your new Chevy pickup. If this light comes on intermittently or continuously while driving, the vehicle can be driven in most cases, but you should visit an authorized Chevrolet service department as soon as possible to have the emission control system checked out. If you have 4-wheel drive, a 4-wheel drive indicator light on the floor console will illuminate, indicating when your transfer case is in the 2 high, 4 high, neutral, or 4 low mode. Should the front axle light not come on after shifting into a 4-wheel drive mode, or stay on after shifting out of a 4-wheel drive mode, see your authorized Chevy dealer for a system check. This light may remain on for a short period of time after shifting out of the 4-wheel drive mode.
Your pickup is equipped with a brake warning light. If the brake warning light remains illuminated, it could indicate a possible malfunction of the braking system. But this light also illuminates if the parking brake is not fully released. If this warning light is illuminated, check your parking brake release at the lower left of the instrument panel. If the light still remains illuminated, see your Chevrolet service department as soon as possible.
The headlights, tail lights, and side marker lights are operated by a 4-part switch on the left of the instrument cluster. Pressing the upper switch with the P graphic illuminates the parking, side marker, and instrument panel lights. Pressing the switch with the headlight graphic symbol illuminates the headlights. Pressing the off switch will turn off all the lights. By rotating the dial to the right of the light switch assembly, you can control the brightness of your instrument panel lights. Rotating this dial fully upward will turn on the interior dome or courtesy light. If your lights or any other electrical components fail to work, check the fuse panel beneath the instrument cluster on the driver's side. Section 6 of the owner's manual shows a drawing of the fuse locations.
The high and low beams of the headlights are controlled by the turn signal lever. Pulling the lever toward you will engage or disengage the high beams of the headlights and turn on a telltale light indicating that the high beams are on. Besides signaling turns, this lever also controls the operation of the windshield wipers and washers. To engage the wipers, rotate the band on the turn signal lever to either the low or high speed wiping position. Pushing the paddle on the turn signal lever engages the windshield washers. For continual washing, you must push and hold the paddle in. When you release the paddle, the washers will stop. For manual control of the wipers, rotate the control lever toward you. This will engage the mist feature of the wipers. With the optional delay wiper control system, you can vary the sweep of the wipers up to an approximate 16-second delay.
The emergency flashers operate by a button underneath the ignition switch. To engage the flashers, push the button in. To disengage them, pull out on the collar surrounding the button. For further information on the operation of optional lighting equipment or cruise control, be sure to play side 2 of this cassette.
Now let's go over some starting tips. The gasoline engine of your new Chevy pickup is equipped with an electronic fuel injection system. To start your truck, just rotate the ignition to the start position. Don't depress the gas pedal. If the engine doesn't start in about 3 seconds, push the accelerator pedal down about a quarter of the way. If the engine fails to fire, wait about 15 seconds to let the starter motor cool, and then crank the engine at wide open throttle till it starts. As a special note, don't crank the engine for more than 10 or 15 seconds at a time, since it could damage the starter. And by the way, you'll find the fuel access door at the left side of the pickup box. If you have the 5.7 or 7.4-liter engine, be sure to read Section 2 of the owner's manual for hot engine restart techniques.
Your Chevrolet pickup is equipped with one of these transmissions: the 4-speed manual, the 5-speed manual with overdrive, the 3-speed automatic, or the 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission. All are designed to make your driving as easy as possible. For the most favorable performance of your transmission, there are some things you should be aware of. With the 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission, the circled D position engages the overdrive of your automatic transmission. You should use this position when driving at a constant speed, over 40 miles per hour. This position enables the transmission to shift into overdrive for maximum highway fuel economy.
For most situations, when driving under 40 miles per hour and especially stop-and-go driving, use the D drive position with the 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission. With the 5-speed manual transmission with overdrive, use the overdrive position above 40 miles per hour for maximum highway fuel economy. For both manual transmissions, a computerized shift telltale light will inform you when to upshift for the best fuel economy at any acceleration. On both the 3- and 4-speed automatic transmissions, you'll find that the second gear position provides additional power for hill climbing or engine braking when you take your foot off the gas pedal. The first gear position is for maximum engine braking, like when you're driving down a steep hill, or maximum engine torque when you're driving through deep snow or mud. Section 2 of the owner's manual offers more information on the operation of your specific transmission. It's well worth reading.
In the event that you must have your pickup towed, be sure to see Section 3 of the owner's manual for the correct towing procedures. When you leave your pickup, make sure you set the parking brake by depressing the regular brake pedal, placing the automatic transmission in the park position, and setting the parking brake with your other foot. With manual transmissions, place the shift lever in either first or reverse when the engine is off. As a special note, if you have 4-wheel drive, never leave the transfer case in the neutral position. To disengage the parking brake, hold the regular brake pedal down and pull on the brake release handle. You'll find the release at the lower left side of the instrument panel.
For your comfort, your new truck is equipped with easily operated ventilation and heating controls. The air vents on non-air-conditioned models are controlled by pulling out on the air vent handles located underneath the steering column. At the right of the heater control panel, you'll find the heater fan control. This control allows you to regulate the fan blower's speed from off to high. There are 2 sliding levers on your heater. The upper sliding lever controls the air distribution to either the upper defrost or lower heater outlets. The lower sliding lever allows you to adjust the temperature setting. The defrost mode, full right, directs most of the interior air to the upper defrost outlets. The graphic, with the arrow pointing to the lower portion of the stick figure, the middle position of the control, directs most of the air to the lower heater outlets. The graphic, with the arrow pointing to the upper portion of the stick figure, full left, directs most of the air through the instrument panel vents. Placing the upper sliding lever between any 2 positions will divert air to both outlets selected. If you have an electronic air conditioning system, its operation is discussed on side 2 of this tape.
Your electronically tuned AM/FM stereo radio has some very convenient functions. Pressing the orange button turns the unit on or off. The Seek button allows you to automatically search for the next listenable station. The Scan button allows you to briefly sample each receivable station for approximately 5 seconds. Press the button again to stop the scanning. You can manually tune a station by using the plus or minus sides of the Tune button. The RCL Recall button displays the time with the ignition off. To preset 6 AM and 6 FM stations, first find your favorite station by using the tuning, seek, or scan controls. Then, to lock in that station, press the Set button, and within 5 seconds, one of the numbered buttons. The balance button adjusts the left to right speaker volume, while the fade button adjusts the front to rear speaker volume. To increase or decrease bass and treble responses, use the plus or minus sides of the appropriate button.
To set the electronic clock, you must press the set button. A set indicator light will illuminate. Then, within 5 seconds, press and hold the seek button until the correct hour appears. Press the set button one more time, and again within 5 seconds, press and hold the scan button to set the minutes. Be sure to read Section 2C of the Owner's Manual for additional details on the operation of your AM/FM radio. If you have a cassette player or a cassette player with graphic equalizer, these are discussed on side 2 of this tape.
If you need to remove the tailgate for a special application, like setting a camper on the pickup bed, the quick release tailgate can be removed by raising the tailgate slightly and removing both retainer straps. Then, lift the tailgate up at the right side and pull it out at the left side. Be sure to see the O section of the Owner's Manual for additional truck camper loading information. As a special note, always secure all cargo which you are moving prior to driving. When loading the pickup bed, the cargo weight should be distributed over the rear axle and centered to maintain the correct center of gravity. If you're pulling a trailer, be sure to listen to side 2 of this audio cassette, as well as reading section 2 in the Owner's Manual for trailer towing tips. Your vehicle certification label on the driver's door edge shows the gross vehicle weight requirements and gross axle weights your vehicle can safely handle. These figures can then be used to determine the payload capacity of your truck.
When it comes to the maintenance of your new Chevy pickup, different driving situations require different scheduled service intervals. There are 2 different maintenance schedules for you to follow depending upon how you drive your new vehicle. For example, Schedule 2 generally applies to highway-type driving where the engine is warmed up to normal operating temperatures and there is minimal stop-and-go driving. On the other hand, Schedule 1 is applicable when your vehicle is used for short trips, towing a trailer, driving in cold or dusty situations, and stop-and-go driving. Be sure to read the Chevrolet Maintenance Schedule. This publication will simplify selecting the correct maintenance intervals and procedures for your driving conditions. By following Schedule 1 or 2 in the maintenance brochure, you'll help preserve your investment in a quality vehicle.
One very important self-maintenance procedure you should do is check the oil level every fuel fill-up. Section 5 in the Owner's Manual will assist you in performing this check for both diesel and gasoline engines. To access the engine compartment, the hood release lever is at the lower left of the steering column. The best time to check the oil level is when it is warm. After the engine has been turned off, wait a few minutes to let the oil flow down through the engine. Pull the dipstick out, wipe it clean, and push it all the way back in. Then, pull the dipstick back out and read the oil level. The oil level should be within the operating range mark on the dipstick. If the level is low, add just enough oil to place the level back between the correct operating range marks. For detailed information on checking your oil, selecting the correct grade and viscosity of oil, inspecting the coolant, washer, and transmission fluid levels, along with other self-maintenance procedures, see Section 5 of the Owner's Manual.
Your spare tire, if so equipped, may be stowed at the rear underbody of the vehicle. Be sure to read Section 3 of the Owner's Manual for the location and operation of your jack, the correct procedures to remove or replace a tire, and Section 5 for tire rotation procedures. You may wish to invest in an air pressure gauge to help you check your tire pressure regularly.
The owner's literature found in the exclusive Chevy pickup truck portfolio contains a wealth of information which you should be aware of. You will find your owner's manual, which offers detailed information on all the operational, maintenance, and care procedures to keep your pickup truck in top operating condition. You'll also find warranty information, which explains your rights as a consumer, and Chevrolet's commitment to keep your vehicle operating correctly.
Other information in the portfolio includes the maintenance schedule, which explains the Schedule 1 or 2 maintenance intervals and procedures applicable to your driving situation, a separate warranty for your tires from their manufacturer, and business cards for key persons at your Chevrolet dealership.
Special attention should be paid to the maintenance schedule and the owner's manual, which you should keep in your vehicle. We've pointed out only some of the information available in the owner's manual during this brief presentation. You'll find all kinds of additional information on operational procedures, cleaning techniques, recommended fluids, and helpful operational tips in the owner's manual. Please take the time to read it. Then, if you have any additional questions after reviewing the literature, please call our toll-free Customer Assistance Center at 1-800-222-1020. For your convenience, this toll-free telephone number is also printed on the cover of this cassette box.
We would like to remind you that on side 2 of this tape, you'll find additional information on diesel engines, four-wheel drive, and operational tips about the special options you may have purchased to customize your new pickup.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to this side of the audio tape. And again, congratulations on your purchase of the Heartbeat of America, your new full-sized Chevy pickup truck.